Hello, welcome to Kent Beer Reviews. Thanks for joining me for another review. This beer is pretty local to me, as in you may not get this beer outside of a 10-mile radius of where I live in Ramsgate in Kent. It's a kind of a guy who works for a brewery locally, I'm not going to mention who, but anyway, I had a bit of conversation with him on Twitter. I was trying to get hold of a few of his beers because he goes to like local farmers markets and stuff like that. And I said I might be around in a couple of months, but he said, but I'll bring you a couple of bottles round. So about a week later he popped round. Here's a couple of bottles. This is the first one. The brewery is called By the Mile Brewery. Brilliant bit of artwork there. This is a extra special bitter, coming in at 5.9% ABV. It's got a best before the 3rd of August of 2017. The only information other than that I can get is it contains malted barley. So there's a nice blue bottle cap. Thanks John for bringing these round, really nice of you. Bit of smoke on the opening. Let's get this into a glass then. Yeah, so other than local farmers markets, and let's try and go generate a bit of a head. It's one of them beers locally to me you're not really gonna get really. So I thought I'd give him a whirl. Give him a try and give him a review. He said, oh, you don't have to, but yeah I do, you know. It's really kind of him to bring these round. So what we got, not much of a head poured on that beer. It's kind of a an amberish colour, slightly lighter than some bitters, but yeah, it's a gentle carbonation. So yeah, a nice traditional English bitter. So 5.9%, that's probably a bit stronger than what you'd normally expect to get. English style bitter normally could be as low as 3.8, sometimes slightly lower, up to, yeah, this would be like an English imperial bitter if you like. It's quite a strong one really, but that's nothing wrong with that. Let's get a nose on it then. I don't know what hop varieties in this. I assume it's local hops. Maybe some East Kent Goldings. There's definitely a floral edge to the beer. Maybe some Fuggles. I don't know. Just a pure guess. There's that kind of light apple quality to the beer. Slightly peaty. There's a slight sharp, almost slightly sweet on the nose. Let's give it a try anyway. I'm gasping for a beer today. Cheers! Really nice. Quite smooth actually. You're picking up the malts quite well in this. Slightly sweet, as I said. That's definitely there. It's a very well kind of rounded bitter. It's got no kind of edges on it, so it's a really well made beer. I'm picking up notes, as I did on the aroma, of that apple, maybe some red currants, some that kind of hedgerow fruit thing. Very slightly earthy. There's a nice sweetness about it. Very easy drinking. You're not picking up the 5.9% ABV in this beer. So I wouldn't think it's bulking. Maybe it is. Let's have a look. See if this changes. So yeah, that's clouded up a bit. Got most of it out. So it's a bottle conditioned beer. It's clouded it up nicely. As you can see, it's slightly more murky now. Sort of a copper, dark copper, maybe going into the amber. It's really decent. I must admit, it's very easy drink, really easy drinking. 5.9. There is a slight thinness about it. Maybe it's because I'm not used to drinking British hops purely on their own anymore. It's probably to do with my palate rather than the beer. But what I'm getting is really good. I'd love to homebrew, I really would. I've been starting to watch a few homebrewers kind of YouTube channels now. It's kind of like, it's really encouraging seeing someone recording themselves doing these brews, and you can almost get the vibes off their, you know, enthusiasm for homebrewing and stuff. It's really good. So yeah, I think, yeah, John's a local, he's a brewer for a bigger brewery locally, and he's doing this at home, I guess. I don't know, John, if you've watched this, put your comments down below. But yeah, it's really pleasant. Very enjoyable, very quaffable English style bitter. For a rating then, I do like it. I think it's a very good 7 out of 10 for me, all day long. So if you're in the local area, you're unlikely to get it anywhere else because it's very small batches. Saying it's a nano brewery. This beer was actually not on Rate Beer or Untapped. I've just added the 2 beers that he's kindly given to me to Untapped, and I will fill that in later. Yeah, but for this one, the extra special bitter, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. So if you're local and you've had it before, let us know what you think. I'll put the links down to, I think he's got a Twitter page and a Facebook page for this brewery, so I'll put that down below. I think I've just added 2, so I think there's 7 beers now. Literally just 1 or 2 ratings for each one. So anyway, if you've been local, let us know what you think if you've had it before. If you're new to the channel, stay tuned for other beers. As you can see behind me, I've reviewed most of those. So thanks for watching then, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.